Hi, folks. Chris Voss here from the ChrisVossShow.com, the ChrisVossShow.com. Hey, coming here with another review of a game. This is No Man's Sky, and this is the opening scene from it. Of course, what you come out with on what you have to do, and got a chance to play this for the past 24 hours. It's an interesting game, so let's talk about it. Some of the good things I like about the game is it's a kind of a little addicting and peaceful, if you will. It's got kind of a thing that kind of draws you in with the music and the kind of slow moving action that you have to take and do. It's definitely not a highly action game, shooter game, things of that nature. It's a walk around, collect stuff, kind of strategically look for things, put stuff together, buy and sell units, things of that stuff. So it's pretty good that way, but it is a bit slow, especially at the very beginning when you don't quite discover running yet, and several things. It's quite slow moving and everything else. So a little disappointing on the price point for this. $60 just was a little too much for what I paid for this, and I definitely regretted it within a couple hours of buying it. I think 40 bucks or 35 would have been a good price point for this. They claim to have a lot of stuff like, oh, you go to different planets, they're kind of different every time. They kind of are. I mean, I guess technically they are, but the novelty wears off within 24 hours fairly quickly. And you don't see as many animals running around as you think you would. They show in the previews, oh, there's dinosaurs and all sorts of stuff running around. You really don't see many animals, at least I didn't in my travels. Um, and it's really kind of non-intuitive. It's hard to kind of figure out at first what you got to do. You start collecting stuff, and you realize you only have limited amounts of places to put things and kind of how to do stuff. And I went into it, of course, without knowing how it worked because I want to see how intuitive it was. I like to test a lot of products out that way on the Chris Voss Show. So I went in and just kind of fumbled around, tried to figure out, okay, how does this work? What does it do? But graphically, it definitely is beautiful. The music's really good, and the music is kind of peaceful and soothing and kind of lulls you into a hypnotic state where you play this for hours sometimes, but don't really get a lot done. You find you're just kind of doing the same thing over and over and over again, trying to buy up, collect materials, and upgrade your stuff. And you're just like flying to one base to another, to one little thing to another. It's just over and over a very repetitive pattern of doing stuff. And other than the fact that the area changes, it's pretty monotonous. But wildly, I keep going back to it, and I find it more peaceful and engaging to use and play this game than, say, my Destiny game, which is very erratic, very, shoot 'em bang. I never know what's going to happen in a Crucible match. And this thing is pretty, it's you doing your thing, and there's a few surprises that pop up every now and then. For me, I still don't think it's worth 60 bucks. If I could return it, I would have returned it. Let's put it that way. It just wasn't that exciting or compelling for me, and really kept going. But I can see that if I had kids and my kids were into Minecraft, this would be a great product for them that they would probably really enjoy spending hours. And it's definitely more detailed and coolly built, I think, than Minecraft. That's just my opinion. But if I want a game where they weren't running around killing people and blood and guts and violence and things of that nature, if I was a parent concerned about that, this is a great game for that. 60 bucks, I don't know. It's pretty damn repetitive. I'd say maybe 40 bucks, but you could do what you want. Like I said, I really would like to have my money back if I could have, but hopefully we'll make it back off the review of this video. So for my money, it's a great game. To me, it just wasn't worth 60 bucks. It's very repetitive, very monotonous. But if you just want a peaceful game, you want to get drunk or just kind of sit and just kind of go, oh, whatever, get stoned, whatever. It's great if you're probably doing some mushrooms, I suppose. But for the most part, it's an okay game. It's not the greatest game in the world. But yeah, if you're a young child who likes Minecraft, this might be some sort of game for you. So I definitely recommend it. But keep in mind, it's going to be very slow moving, very boring, and not fast paced at all, and kind of gets a little, kind of becomes grinding after a while. So definitely a beautifully done game when it comes to the graphics and everything else. But yeah, kind of a slow game, if you will. And like I said, after a while, you just find you're just doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. So be sure to check it out. You can check it out, of course, I'm sure, on your console. No Man's Sky. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to give us a like, subscribe to us. We'll see you in the future.